Hello YouTube, this is Morgan, Airspeed Prime here at my next Avatar Korra book review. This one is going to be my review for the Legend of Korra Poster Collection. The Poster Collection, as it's called. Really big book, kind of hard to show off on camera, just like the Avatar The Last Airbender one from last year. Same sized book, really big. Don't have too much on hand to size comparison the two, but here's a manga volume. And you can see just how much bigger this thing is than a normal size book. So, the thing's absolutely huge. There's the front cover, which is obviously the New York Comic Con poster, which came out as book 2 of the show was airing. Really nice poster, because obviously one of the first episode of Beginnings had a kind of early screening at New York Comic Con. So, there's the cover poster, and that poster is in the collection as well. The back showcases a kind of basic look at all of the other posters, 20 removable posters, and then we get the text on the back, and it just says, regarded as one of the highest quality shows on TV, The Legend of Korra has garnered critical acclaim, dozens of awards, and thousands of fans since its 2012 debut. Relive all of your favorite moments with this oversized poster collection packed with stunning scenery and extraordinary characters. Retail price is $24.99 and I paid €25 for this in my local comic book store. So, when you think about it, that's pretty good value. You know, it's basically just over $1 a euro for each poster. And considering, like, if you actually wanted to get one of these actual posters when they were initially released, it'd probably cost you like more, almost probably close to double the price of this book in itself just to get a copy of one of these posters. Obviously some of these are going to be rarer than others. Some of them aren't necessarily, have never really been released as posters before and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, let's just go through the book. Again, it's going to be really hard to show off because it's such a big book, but I'll do my best here. So, we start off, open it up. The cover for this, obviously, like, it is really just 20 posters on really kind of thick card placed into a book. So it doesn't really have much of a binding or anything like that. It's a fairly kind of thin cover. But you just have the nice kind of effect there, the element symbols on the kind of standard kind of background that we have here. The kind of title page is obviously Legend of Korra Poster Collection, and then just says featuring art by, and we have a bunch of different artists who have art in this. I'll briefly read them off so I don't have to read the artist of every single poster as we go through. So we have Joseph Aguilar, Christine Bian, Ricardo Delgado, Sylvia Philcac, Black Wolf, Brian Konietzko, of course, Young Soo Lee, S.L. Lee, Josh Middleton, Lauren Montgomery, Angela Song Muller, William Nanking New, Yang Ik No, Ki-Hyun Ryu, Joaquim Dos Santos, Frederick Stewart, Angela Sung, Emily Tetri, Christine Sang, and Yoon Sang Yang. So a lot of these we'll know, obviously, if you have the Legend of Korra art books. A lot of these artists are featured in that. A lot of these we will know just from people who were part of the crew who actually made the show, in that some of this isn't just poster work and kind of outside art. Some of this was official promo art released to hype up episodes, and obviously a lot of the official artists actually do the exclusive convention posters as well. So after that, you just get a quick page with some of the people who helped make the book. You know, the usual people: Mike Richardson, Rachel Roberts, Dave Marshall, and then you get into the first poster. So the first poster is this one. Everyone who is a Korra fan, or at the very least who's been a Korra fan since it was announced, will know this picture. It's the first ever officially released image for Korra when the show was announced. We didn't see her face, we just had this idea that, you know, female Avatar, Water Tribe Avatar, the one after Aang, and Republic City. That was basically all we knew initially, and this was the only art we had to go off. So this one was really cool to see that they included it in here. It kind of had to be included because it's just such a memorable piece. So that's that. That's obviously art by Brian Konietzko and Joaquim Dos Santos, painting by Frederick Stewart. Next one is just a portrait of Asami, which is nice, but I feel is almost trying to, it's almost so arty, it doesn't really feel like a poster as such. And there's a few Brian Konietzko pieces I actually would like sort of question a little bit, like why they're in here over certain other posters. But we'll get to that when we get to it. Next one, first background scenery shot is obviously Republic City Bay, UA Bay as it's called. General shot of Republic City, really nice background art. And I don't mind this one because it's such a memorable kind of place from the show. It kind of had to be included to some extent. So I'm glad they kind of included that one. Next background shot is this one, which is Avatar Aang Memorial Island. We get a good look at the statue and some of Air Temple Island. You know, just, well, not Air Temple Island, the Aang Memorial Island, which, for anyone who doesn't know, the island is basically a museum. This is obviously where Korra was first attacked by a Mon, and she went in there, but we didn't really get to see what it is, but it's basically a museum for the Avatar. That's what it is. Next we get our first, I suppose, official poster that wasn't just kind of promo art. This was the piece that came out to promote the Book 1 Air finale. So Brian, I think, initially posted this on his Tumblr, and it was a big kind of piece to hype up the finale, of course. So I think most people will remember that image. You know, Mon in the background, Cora in the equalist outfit. Really great piece. Next one is a personal favourite of mine, for reasons which I'll explain in a minute. But it's this really nice kind of longer image. As you can see, it's quite thin, but I'll show you why that is in a minute. And this is by Josh Milton. And again, this was one that came out quite early. This was one of the earlier kind of pieces of art from the show. I think this is one of our first looks at Naga, so really cool to see that, and it's just a really nice image. Now, the reason that one's so important to me is to temporarily move you away from this, is because I actually have this poster. This is one of the, it's actually the only poster that's in this book that I actually have, because I won it as part of Coronation. Which is obviously one of the coolest things I have, I think, as a fan, in addition to some other stuff that I have. But this pretty limited poster, and one of my favourites from the entire run of Korra, so glad to have it. Let me show you. So there you can see it, my version of the poster up on my wall. It is really long, as you can see there. Compared to like a standard size poster like this Coronation poster, which isn't in the collection, this one is super long. There's obviously my Coronation exclusive piece of art. That's like one of a kind from Joaquim dos Santos, for anyone wondering. And that's just the Book 4 DVD poster. Next one is another Brian Konietzko piece, because it has his symbol on it, from 2013. Really nice image of Cora. I think this is cool, the style of this, and it really suits the character. You can tell, you know, that Brian was, you know, completely there designing this character, that this is his character. Stuff like this, when he just does an image of the character on their own, really highlights how well he knows the character. Sorry about that. This is probably one of the other ones I would question, purely because I don't think it's the greatest piece of art. I think it's good. It's better than I could do, of course. But it's just a little bit arty for me. So this is the image. It's obviously Cora and Jinora, spirit worldy stuff. This is obviously in relation to a new spiritual age to some degree. When Jinora helps guide Cora into the spirit world. Nice image, but it's just not one of the best ones in this. I do prefer the style that is a little closer to the show, rather than the kind of super arty style of that one. So next one, really great one. Just as not even as a poster or anything like that, it's just a fun image, character-wise, story-wise. It's the Katang family portrait, and Katara, and the three kids, Kaya, Bumi, and little Tenzin there. Great, great image. We saw this in the show. I think they released this as like a super expensive thing on Nick.com in like a frame. So it's cool to have just like a standard poster of it. So, and you know, show style, of course, going being something directly out of the show was always nice to see. One of my favorite locations in the Avatar universe is next. In the spirit world at the Tree of Time location. Such a cool concept for what this object, the Tree of Time, is, linking the spirit world and the physical world together. That's just that's one of the few scenery shots that I'm just really glad that they went for. Next one is one I'm kind of like, you didn't need to put this in the book because of another poster. But this is obviously a shot of the spirit world as it looks when we see it in book 2. Primarily when Korra and Jinora first go in there, the kind of really light spirity area of the spirit world. We don't get to see any spirits, it's just what the region looks like. The problem with that being in the book is that the very next poster is basically that, but more. So it's this one. It's Korra walking in the field with the spirits. We have Carrot Guy in this picture. A lot of other really nice light spirits. The same kind of leaf trees. Basically the same location, but I think it shows off more because it's got characters in it and is overall a much nicer image. You didn't need to put both of those in. I think you should have just left this one in. Next one, obviously, as I kind of spoiled already, my favorite poster from this book, the New York Comic Con 2013 poster for book 2. Wan, Rava, beginnings are obviously my favorite episodes of Avatar of all time. Korra being involved here, it really highlights what the Avatar is and how much we now know about the Avatar just because of those 2 episodes. And I think that image kind of shows it off so perfectly. Next one, background scenery shot of Zhao Fu. Really great shot because this is such a unique location in the Earth Kingdom. You know, basically a metal bending location rather than focusing on the Earth. Really cool to see. Next one is an image of the Toph statue that we saw briefly during book 3 as we went by on the monorail thing. But really cool to see one of the kind of Zhao Fu stops of the monorail. Just that Toph is such an important character, obviously inventing metal bending. Next we have, I believe this is the Northern Air Temple, which later gets destroyed. Again, really nice image here. I always get mixed up between the air temples, actually, now that I think about it. Because this is the northern one because it ends up getting destroyed, and we know it wasn't the southern one that got destroyed. So I think that's correct. Next one is the kind of book 3 finale hype poster for book 3 Change. Really nice one. Korra with the hair down, Opal, Kai, Red Lotus in the background. Really nice image there to have for sure. Another in-universe image, and that's Milo's painting of himself from towards the end of book 4, I think that is. Yeah, it's in book 4 because of his design. So, nice image to have in there. Cool that Milo gets his own poster. I like that, but, you know, I'm not overly excited for it. Banyan tree background shot. Really cool that they involved this in book 4 as well. Another background scenery shot. Final image, of course, they kind of had to do this. The Korra Sammy Turtle Duck Date Night poster. They kind of had to do this. Everyone, when they first saw this, was super excited for it. And they also showed it at the kind of art expo, and everyone wanted it. They kind of had to put it in here. Just a really nice image. And it's basically canon that, like, at some point in the series, this very date happens. So, it's really cool to see that. So yeah, that's the poster collection. Overall, I think a lot better selection than the Avatar poster collection, just because I thought the scenery shots that they included were much more effective in terms of locations that were important to the series, that were really big and notable. They gave us a lot of the big images that we wanted. The first ever image, the Josh Middleton kind of tall poster, the New York Comic Con one, that's the cover. Turtle Duck Date Night, Korra in the Field with the Spirits, and some of the other kind of hype posters. Some nice in-universe ones with the Milo one, as well as the Katang family portrait. The only ones I in any way like question, as I said before, were the Asami kind of just head portrait one, which I didn't feel was the best. The Jinora and Korra Spirit World one, which I just felt like the characters were too small within the image, and so the overall art of it didn't really come across the best. And then finally, having this and also this one for the Spirit World I think was not needed. But overall, that's my review of the Legend of Korra poster collection. It's obviously out today in comic book stores, and Amazon and stuff like that will start to ship it out in the next couple of weeks for obviously releases online and stuff like that. So definitely keep your eye out for this if you're interested in getting these posters. I'm not going to take any of the posters out at the moment, but they're just in here with a kind of, what's the best way to describe it? It's just kind of like basically stuck in here a little bit. You just have to kind of pull it out. It's not going to rip the poster or anything like that. You don't have to like tear off a perforation or anything like that. You literally just do pull them out. And I think I pulled one of them out from the Avatar one. It's not that bad at all to pull it out. So it's one of those ones where I usually just keep it together as a book. But if I get any frames or anything like that, I may put up one or two of these posters myself. So yeah, going to end the video there. I recommend it if you're interested in this stuff. If there's any of these posters that you really want, get it here because I think it's good value for money. But yeah, that's been the video. Thanks for watching. But I'll just finish off by saying links to my Twitter and Tumblr are in the description below if you want to follow me on social media. And also links to my Patreon page and my PayPal donation link are in the description below if you want to help support my channel. That's been the video. Thanks for watching, and bye.